The great thing about riding an e-mountain bike is the amount of trails that you get to experience and ride. But whilst you're out riding those trails, there's a few e-mountain bike specific skills that you're gonna need to get the most out of those rides. And today, I'm gonna be showing you a few of them. Now, hills are one of the best parts about e-mountain biking, and it's easy to get carried away on some of these and sometimes come to a standstill. It could be from a wheel spin or maybe even a pedal strike. You'll get stalled right in your tracks and you're gonna need an easier gear to pull away. So there's a couple of options to get moving again. One is to up your power mode to say maybe boost or turbo mode, push down hard on the cranks whilst dumping a load of gears, hoping to get to the top of that hill without snapping your chain or sounding like a monkey on a machine gun crunching those gears away. Or there's another option. And this one's definitely the safer option. Now, this is the static gear mode change. You're gonna need walk mode for this one. So all we do is pull on our front brake, engage walk mode, change gear to your easiest gear. There we go. We've got our seat slammed down low. Engage boost mode again, and we can set off super easy without risking snapping a chain or crunching a load of gears. Now, a really great skill to develop on your e-mountain bike is to work out where your motor's ideal cadence range is at. Now, all motors on the market will have a cadence range where the motor will work at its optimum, providing as much assistance as that motor possibly can give. And if you tune into this, next time you're out on your e-mountain bike, you'll hit that sweet spot and it will make your ride way, way better. And if you don't know what cadence is, it's how fast or how slow you spin your cranks on your e-bike. It's pretty much the equivalent to something like your car's engine when you're driving it up a hill. If you don't rev that engine enough, the engine simply won't perform. And most motors like around 75 RPM as a base cadence figure, and all that information will be on your display if you search for it. Tune into it and you should see massive gains in terms of your trail speed and maybe a bit more range from your battery too. As capable as your e-mountain bike is, there will be a time on your rides when you need to lift your bike up into the air. Now, it could be an obstacle out on the trail, or it could be a gate or something that's in your way. But the most important thing that separates lifting an e-mountain bike from a mountain bike is to remember to turn that power off, because any crank movement could end up turning the motor on and potentially trapping your fingers or even some clothing into that chainring. So a basic lift is all about just using your shoulder to lift this up. So put that power off. All I'm gonna do is bend down, get down nice and low on this bike, hook the seat under my shoulder, lift it up, and that should be plenty to get you over those trail obstacles. But if you're hiking a bike, you know, for a long distance or the ground is super gnarly, then there's a different technique for that one. And again, turn that power off, lower that seat out the way, turn the cranks to about 12, 30, get that pedal low, and then we're gonna grab the fork lowers and the seat tube. You need to be quite strong for this one. Get it down, lift up, put it over the back of your head, rest that bike on your shoulder, and you've got a free hand once it's all nicely balanced, and you can walk your way up almost anything. And I've actually been all over a Scottish island, exploring an island, hiker bike style. Not much fun, but it'll definitely get you out of a hole. One thing you might notice when it comes to climbing on your e-mountain bike is that you stop pedaling, but your chainring still rotates for just a few revolutions. Now, this is known as motor overrun, and it's a really cool thing that your motor does, and you can really play this one to your advantage when it comes to climbing those technical trails. Say, for instance, you see something that could cause a pedal strike when you're climbing uphill, you can use that overrun of your motor to simply glide past it without pedaling. So if you have got this on your e-bike, it's a really helpful feature that your motor does that if you tap into can really help you out on some of those technical parts of the trail. And Bosch have developed the motor overrun into the extended boost feature on some of their motors. And that recent race motor, well, that's accentuated even more with that huge motor overrun, meaning you can simply glide past all those technical sections. Now, walk mode can definitely save the day when you can't climb up that under your own power on your e-mountain bike. Now, walk mode is often found on the mode controller. It's a simple button that will activate the bike's motor and will take the weight of the bike, allowing you to push it uphill. And it is great, but sometimes if you're in technical terrain where there's tiny little gaps that you've got to get through, or maybe there's rocks in succession, then walk mode can sometimes be quite hard work. I have a technique called the electric wheelbarrow. This is using that walk mode, but you only use it on the rear wheel, and it's really simple to do. All you do is pivot the bike up onto the back wheel, get your walk mode activated, pushing that button, and the bike will want to be pulled forward. Now, once it's in that position, all we do is just hold it there, let that walk mode engage, and it's super simple to guide it round anywhere you want, rather than trying to do it on both wheels. Look at that, so easy. Woohoo! So there you go, a bunch of tips that will hopefully make your e-bike ride that little bit better next time you hit the trails. Get involved in the comments box down below. If you've got any tips that could help us out on our e-bike rides, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to us here on EMBN and get out there riding. And when you get back, get in the EMBN shop and check out all those latest deals.